What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video today. We're going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's away match against Brighton and Hove Albion in the Premier League. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Finally, I want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. They're running a special £400 pot, paying up to the top 25 places with £120 for the winner, and it is £5 to join. It's made up of Brighton v Manchester City only. You can select up to 6 players from each team for this pot. BetMate is a free app to download. The link is in the description. It's available to anybody in the UK only and available to anybody who is aged 18 years old or over. If you use code JSGC10 on sign up, you'll get £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join this pot for free. There's lots of other available pots, not just game pots, but you've got both teams to score, full-time results, and other games as well with lots of big prizes. It is a great app, so do go and check it out. Links and details, they are in the description. I will speak more about BetMate later in the video. Finally, do remember, if you are going to gamble, do gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops. So on to the match information for this game. This game taking place at the Amex Stadium in Brighton in the Premier League on Thursday, 25th of April 2024 with an 8 PM BST kickoff time. Anybody heading down to the South Coast, do enjoy yourselves and have a great time. Alternatively, if you're watching in the UK, the game is being broadcast live on Sky Sports. Now, this is Man City's one of 2 games in hand that we've got between now and the end of the season. This was meant to be our game that we were playing back in March. That was postponed due to Manchester City's participation in the FA Cup quarter-final, so we're getting a game back. So our opponents for this game, Brighton and Hove Albion, formed in 1901, led by manager Roberto De Zerbi, currently find themselves 10th in the Premier League. Not won in the last 4 games, lost away to Liverpool 2-1, drew away at Brentford 0-0, lost at home to Arsenal 3-0 before drawing away at Burnley 1-1 in their last game. They do have some catching up to do when it comes to potentially getting a European spot for next season. They're currently trailing 6th and 7th place by 6 points, with all them teams having 6 games left to play. A loss here and wins for Newcastle and Manchester United in their next game, and Brighton's European hopes, as far as I'm concerned, are done and dusted. So this is a big game for Brighton as well as for Manchester City for obvious reasons. Now, in terms of Brighton's dangers, decent attack. Welbeck up top could cause some problems. Manchester City going to need to try and man-mark him out of the game and make sure he's not getting any available space, in particular around the 18-yard box. Joao Pedro, I rate him. I think he's a decent player. Expecting him to be starting out wide, but I think the main threat that Brighton have got is Pascal Gross. I think he's going to be the player in midfield that's going to dictate the pace of the game as to whether Brighton want to try and launch counter-attacks, or if they want to take the game to City in attack, or they want to try and take the sting out of the game. A lot of things run through Brighton's midfield and through Pascal Gross, so I think that's one area that Manchester City could really do with pressing hard to try and force Brighton onto the back foot. Just having a look at their defence as well. I'm expecting to see Dunk starting at the back, Van Heck as well, Stiopian starting left back, Veltman at right back, potentially with Bruggen starting in goal. Now, Brighton, albeit I don't think they're anywhere near as strong as previous seasons, in particular last season, there was a lot of talent that they let go, including the likes of Caicedo and McAllister. So in terms of that quality, it doesn't seem to be as strong for Brighton, so they're not having as strong a season as they was the season before. However, doesn't mean the dangers aren't still there, and it does mean it's a difficult place to go to on a Thursday night as well. Game in hand, under pressure. Arsenal have already beaten Chelsea, hammered Chelsea 5-0 in their game in hand. Liverpool playing tonight against Everton, fully expecting a Liverpool win there as well. City have got 6 Premier League games. We need 6 Premier League wins. It's a simple equation. It's got to run through Brighton, and then we've got 5 more games from there. Difficult away game against Nottingham Forest at the weekend. Players are looking tired. So Manchester City, they're going to have to turn up. They're going to have to play a very good game. as well. Now, in terms of injury news for Brighton, Solly March, Hinshelwood, Mitoma, Webster, Milner, Gilmore, they're all out. Evan Ferguson could return to the squad. Tariq Lamptey, not too sure about as to whether he's going to be back in time for this game or not. Other good options that they've got, players like Adam Lallana and Ansu Fati as well. All good options there for Brighton. Remember, Brighton not played in 12 days, going to be nice and fresh, ready for this game. So City, they're going to have to turn up and play a very good game. And what I'm looking for from City is a similar performance that you saw from Arsenal when they came to the Amex Stadium, and that was dictating the pace of the game. That was putting Brighton under pressure, being clinical in front of goal, grabbing that all-important first goal, pushing on, grabbing that killer second goal, and pushing on further from there and going on to win the game by 3-0. City are capable of doing it as long as we're clinical in front of goal. When we play a good game, we can come from Brighton with a really positive result, and any positive result for me is a win. Anything less than a win, and it's just not a good result at all for Manchester City, because we have everything in our own hands. 6 games to play, no excuses, no distractions. We push, we go, we win. That's the simple equation. Now, expecting Brighton to line up with a 4-2-3-1 formation. So Verbruggen starting in goal, Veltman, Van Hecke, Duncan, Estupiñán starting as their defence. Gross, Baliba and Fati, I reckon, will be their central midfield, with Lallana on the right wing, Pedro on the left wing, and Danny Welbeck starting up top. Now, for Manchester City, formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola, currently find ourselves third in the Premier League, 2 games in hand against Brighton away here and Spurs away in 3 weeks as well. We've already spoken about Arsenal beating Chelsea, so they currently sit 4 points clear of Manchester City, with City having 2 games in hand. Liverpool facing Everton away. Not an easy game, but I'm expecting Liverpool to win that game as well. So I'm just going to presume that Man City just have to win this game and win the remaining games that we've got left in the Premier League. Take things one game at a time, see if we can pick up the win here and push from there. Now, City in good form, won 23 of our last 29 games in all competitions, unbeaten in 29 games in all competitions as well. Our longest unbeaten run ever in all comps. We won away. I say away, it was a neutral venue, but you get where I'm coming from. We won at Wembley 1-0 in our last game on Saturday against Chelsea in the Cup semi-final. We looked knackered. We've got 2 more games to play in, the space of 3 days. Rotation is going to be key, and we are going to have to make some changes to our squad from that team from Chelsea and players that were starting against Real Madrid last week as well. So do expect some rotations. Now, City have dangers all over the pitch, but I think Brighton will be breathing a sigh of relief because Erling Haaland, question marks over his fitness. Don't think he's going to be starting, so they'll breathe a sigh of relief over that and then be, overwhelmed when they see that Julian Alvarez is the player that's going to be starting in his place. And Phil Foden didn't train ahead of this game, waiting for an update from Pep Guardiola as to why that is. I don't know if he's in contention or not for this game. If he's not, then I suspect De Bruyne will be starting this game, and I thought this would be a good game for De Bruyne to have a rest and not start. But if Foden's not fit, to me, De Bruyne does have to start to have that bit of creativity behind the striker, which I think is what we are needing. Now, to me, I'll pop up my team prediction now. I'll speak through it. So I'm going to go with Ederson starting in goal and going with Akanji on the right-hand side, Dias through the middle and Gvardiol on the left-hand side, with John Stones declared fit starting alongside Rodri. I go with Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne as my other 2 attacking central midfielders. Jeremy Doku deserves to start, so he starts on the right wing for me, and Jack Grealish starts on the left wing. Doku has been impressive when he's come off the bench, deserves to start. Grealish has looked good, he's looked sharp over the last few games as well. I start him as well. No reason why you can't start both, one on one wing and one on the other. I go with Doku right wing, Grealish on the left wing. If it's not working, alternate, swap them, feel free to do whatever. And Alvarez starting up top. Now, in terms of my score prediction, going for a 3-1 victory for Manchester City, hoping City can do to Brighton exactly what Arsenal did as well. We must find that first goal and build upon that for us to get a good positive result from this game. Now, in terms of my betting tips, I'm going both teams to score, Alvarez to score anytime. I fancy a Doku assist or goal anytime as well if he does start. May even be tempted by that even if he doesn't, because he's been making some really good cameo appearances for City as of late. Now, moving on to today's video sponsor, BetMate, running the Brighton v Manchester City pot, where you can select up to 6 players from each team for this pot. Pot code is FF-BHA-MCI. My team for this pot is Ederson in goal with Verbruggen on the bench. Two defenders, Akanji of Manchester City and Veltman of Brighton, with Lewis Dunk on the bench. Going with Rodri and De Bruyne as my two midfielders, with Pascal Gross on the bench. And I'm going with my two attackers, captain Julian Alvarez and vice-captain Jeremy Doku, with Danny Welbeck on the bench. Remember, BetMate, you can go and check it out. Free app to download. Links and details, they are in the description. Next up for Manchester City is an away match against struggling Nottingham Forest, needing points down at the bottom of the table. Won't be easy, that game taking place on Sunday. For Brighton, they've got a South Coast derby playing Bournemouth away on Sunday as well in the Premier League. So games coming very much thick and fast as we hit the business end of the season. And on a final note, duty call, so no live watch along unfortunately for this game, but I will have my review video up after the game as well, so I will see you guys tomorrow night for that. So thank you everybody for watching, much appreciated. Do leave a thumbs up, 100 likes is the aim. Do get your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. Links and details, they are in the description, and I will see you guys real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.